Hi everybody, it's Raina. Sorry I have been AWOL, but I after I got the COVID shot, I was sick for a whole month with like body aches from my back down to my knees. At night they would wake me up. I had migraines. Um, I was supposed to get the second dose on Monday. That would have been a month from the first dose. And I did it for my family. I didn't do it because I don't like to be told what to do. And it's getting worse and worse with these freaking mandates. And I didn't do it. Everybody was in my family was like, not my husband. He was cool. He did it. He got it because he hardly got sick with COVID in the first place. He was sick for like 4 days. Uh, and my daughters were real happy I got it. And, they just didn't want me to get sick. And when I had COVID in 2020 spring, first of all, I hope everybody's okay. I hope everybody's well. And hi, I'm sorry for lacking introduction. That was rude. Hope everybody was doing okay. And I've been talking to a lot of people on our channel, and I made a lot of friends, some new, well, not a lot, but some new friends, and I appreciate that. And I like talking to people with like-minded ideas, and chit-chatting. I would just wish that I didn't type so slow. The kids these days, or the younger people, they're like, and I'm like still with, and I touch type, but the little keys on the phone are so damn small. But anyway, so this is what so anyway, I decided to wait on the second COVID shot. I rescheduled for next Monday. I was supposed to get it this last Monday, and today's Wednesday, right? Yeah. Okay. So I called my doctor's office. I said I'm just starting to feel better. I had a cold for 2 weeks in there in the month. I had migraines, which I never get headaches. Never. I had cramps, leg cramps, like, and back cramps. I was taking Advil every day. I don't take Advil. It was just horrible. I felt so tired. And I even cut down on I have insomnia, so I take an Ambien and a little bump of something else, an antidepressant, which also makes you sleepy. I cut that down by 1/3 with my doctor's approval. And I started to feel better for a couple of days, like more alert, this sleepy thing. And then I got sick again. And so anyway, I was so frustrated. I was like, I am not getting this shot. So I called my doctor's office, so I made an appointment. So she's going to call me back. So if the phone rings during this, I'm taking it. But anyway, you'll understand. So I want to be exempt from this damned COVID shot. I had COVID. Even though our antibody test came out negative, the tests were weird at the time. And sometimes they do have false positives and negatives. I know I had COVID for 2 months, plus an additional 4 months of the dry cough. I never had the flu in my life, or pneumonia, or anything with my lungs. Bronchitis, nothing. And this was like somebody was standing on my chest. This was COVID. Anyway, I don't want to be sick again. I don't want to get another shot. I'm just feeling better. So anyway, I'm not discouraging anybody else from getting it. My sister was talking about a sore arm, and I was like, I don't care about the sore arm. I didn't even notice the sore arm. What I noticed was all the other symptoms I got after I got the damn shot. Sorry. But anyway, I wanted to tell you, I did have a visitation. I was just lying there going ready to go to sleep, and I decided I was going to, ask if I could speak to Summer's still there, but she's waiting, and I'm waiting because it's not time yet. And anyway, so I decided I was going to ask if Gabby would, connect with me, because I wanted to know. It was before the coroner's report came out and everything like that. And I was just lying there, and I felt a presence. And I saw a lot of, it was dark, it was a dark room, but I saw a lot of light, like just light. Uh, it wasn't peace. It was just light, you know, not anything bright or just like more like sand. And I asked Gabby, I said, I knew it wasn't summer because summer comes in differently and she comes in much stronger. And I said, can you tell me how Brian killed you? And she didn't really say anything, but I knew it wasn't really a violent kind of thing. Like I thought it may have been a gunshot because somebody else had said that. And, it didn't seem like that. It seemed like something more. I mean, not that that's strangulation is horrible, and manual strangulation is, pretty bad. It's like up close and personal, and he is a monster. But anyway, I got two things out of the visitation, and this was the first one. So I got the word two bodies, and I thought, okay, I got the words two bodies, and so I thought, okay, well maybe she was talking about the two women who were brutally murdered, and they haven't found who did it yet, and which was absolutely horrible. But I thought maybe it was had to do with them. Maybe she found out about that, and because I don't really have doubts that he hasn't done this before. And the women may have been killed. The other man that they found was a suicide, the father, and that's a shame too. That was very sad. But anyway, I thought about that, and I thought, well, maybe it was because of that. Maybe she found out, and he got really teed off or something that she found out. And but then I thought, okay, and then I heard the word loud and clear in my head, Robinson. And that's actually my maiden name. And I concentrated for a while longer, and I couldn't understand why I heard Robinson out of nowhere, loud and clear in my head. And I said, I realized she was tiring. She was tiring. She was starting to fade. And that was all I was going to get from her, which for a first time, that was pretty good, and I thought about it for a couple of days, and I thought, and I checked out if anybody who was missing. I went on the net and I checked if there was somebody missing who was named Robinson in the Utah area, or one of the, I don't know, the search or anything. I was checking out Utah, Robinson, all kinds of. I thought maybe one of the women who were murdered, their last name was Robinson, which was not. The people who found them, her name was not Robinson. So I had the strange idea. I said, okay, well, let me check and see if there is a Robinson, Florida. And I thought, that's really strange. I've never heard of like a Robinson, Florida. It's like not, it's usually Palm Breezes or something like that. Well, guess what? There is a Robinson, Florida. And I'm looking at it right now. It's, I'll try to show it to you. There's a Robinson Preserve, Nature Preserve, and it is a 19 minute drive from Northport, from where Brian's parents live. And it's Robinson Preserve Tower, and then there's a preserve. It's a camping spot, a vacation spot. I don't know how you can see this, but you can check it up yourself. And I went from Florida 45, Northport, Florida, because I wasn't sure what street they lived on. And there it goes. There they are. And the preserve is right there. And then there's the beach area, the islands, and everything like that. And damned was I surprised. And I was thinking, oh my God, because that is worth checking out. And I think I'm going to call in and say I saw him. It's anonymous. So I saw him at the Robinson Preserve. And I'm not lying. It was a tip from Abby and from Gabby, you know. And how close is it to his house? I know the stinker, the bastard, is close to home. I know that. He's not going to go to the Appalachian Trail and risk freezing his buns off. He wants to be in a cozy, safe, warm place near mommy so he can be taken care of, where he can get what he needs. He's not going to go on the Appalachian Trail. I mean, it's probably getting pretty cold by now. You know, he has to scavenge for food. Who's going to feed the boy? You know, he doesn't know how to do any of that. He's a summer hiker. You know, he doesn't know how to take care of himself. He'd die out there. That can be pretty rough in the winter and when the cold comes. So I always felt like he was close to mommy and daddy. And it came out in the readings, and that's where he is. He's right nearby, so he can pick up things, and they can supply him with whatever he needs, and they're breaking the law. So anyway, when I came up with Robinson, and I checked up, and there was a Robinson Preserve very close to where he lives. And the two bodies, I'm not sure if it might be a campsite called Two Bodies, or Twin Lakes, or Twin something, it might be twin something, for where he is. So if anybody wants to check that out, you know, especially people who live in Florida or maybe live in the area, or phone in an anonymous tip, you know, that's worth looking at. I don't know where they've looked. I'm not from Florida. I've only been there once, West Palm Beach, for the weekend with a friend, and that's about it. I'd love to go back, but, you know. But anyway, so this was very interesting. A 19-minute drive from the house to the Robinson Preserve. My namesake. But anyway, so that's interesting. So anyhow, I just thought you'd like to know that. And I did get a new deck of tarot cards. I got my Witch's deck for my birthday. Part of my birthday present, which I'm using. I love them. They're beautiful. And they're not missing any cards. Yay. And also I wrote our cleansing spell. If anybody would like to use it, I will print it on on this video. I'm almost ready to go with it because I've been working around the house trying to clean up. I'll read it to you and then I'll post it on this video if you want to use it. You'll need candles, white candles. You'll need an assistant because somebody has to, if you want to use this spell or use your own. I mean, I just whip this up in about 5 minutes. I do my own spells, or I just ad lib. You can do this yourself. It's your intention that is the important part. So this is my cleansing spell. Lord, protect this house and home, for with you we are not alone. Sweep away dark spirits like ashes. Sweep away negative entities. With this broom I banish thee. Only light may enter here. Only positive energies. Light and love, hope and faith, wellness and health, all tears erased. I bid you be gone, all that is unclean and impure. Heed my words, you are not welcome through my door. Forever, forever, forevermore. So mote it be. Okay, I'll print it if anybody wants to use it. You just need to go through the house and, you know, you need your candles. I'll do the spell. I'll just print this, put it down in the description if anybody wants to, you know. And we need just white candles, some smudge. You need a smudge stick or something that's going to burn smoke, not flame. Like a white candle in every room that is, you know, that you use. The white salt goes, I do like to do a perimeter around the house. We have a single home, but we can't go over the fence. We have a fence. So we stop at the fence and then we go through the, and the doorways are especially important for the basin, the broom. You sweep out the negative energies. You can say this several times if you choose to use this or something else or your own, if you like to write. I love write poetry. I write songs. I'm working on Summer Song. It's very pretty. It's it used to be called Indigo Blue, but it's going to be called Summer Moon. Uh, you do just the smudge, the candles, the blue and white candles, cleanse, psychic energy is blue. The smudge you can use, like a lot of you have suggested sage or thyme, anything that's for cleansing. I use a smudge stick I've had for ages. I mean, the thing is ancient, and I've been using it. It doesn't take much to smudge your house, and it smells good. And I got it down. I think I got it from. I ordered it. And I ordered a bunch of other stuff too. And you just want to cleanse every room and take your time and think while you're doing it. Meditate. Get rid out of my house. All negativity, get out of my house. Your psychic abilities are only as strong as you make them. If you weenie out and you just like, or something happens or something drops off the shelf while you're doing this, you're not getting anywhere. You have with these spirits, these entities, it's a matter of mind over matter. You have to show them that you're in charge. You're stronger because they're all bark and no bite. I've dealt with thousands of these things. And, I'm not talking about demons. Demons are a whole different thing. But these negative entities and these negative little things, you have to show them who's boss. That you can poof them away if you have, it's in your mind. You're in your psychic realm. You're in your spirit. And so your mind can do so many things. And you have to show them who's boss. So I will print this and get your candles ready and your broom, your basin. And you can buy a cinnamon broom. Somebody suggested that, and that's a great idea. And it plus would make this house smell really good. But don't light your broom on fire. That's not good. And then you put it in a place where you can put some string around it and put it on a nail and hang it. And then use it whenever you feel the need for a cleansing. After you've had a particularly bad argument with somebody or somebody who's really pushing your buttons and you just want to get, or you feel something. Now, this happens to me all the time. I'll say, there's something in the house, Bobby. And I can feel it. There's somebody in the house. And he's like, we need a good cleansing. Rhonda, could you please cleanse the house? And he always comes along with me and he holds, I usually do like ad libs. But he can hold things for me. Like he can hold a candle and follow me. And I don't care what the neighbors say. I'm pouring sea salt. It's always sea salt. You need sea salt. And the better the sea salt, the imported actual sea salt is better. Don't use table salt. Don't use bath salts. Because animals might get a hold of them or something. Just use plain old kosher salt is good. And you do all the doorways, or I prefer to do the perimeter. Even if the dogs eat it, it's not going to hurt them or your cats or whatever. And you say, you may stand in your backyard and say, love and light. I often have dreams where I'm reaching for the north, south, east, and west, and I'm spinning. And I'm spinning myself, and my feet are off the ground. And I feel the lightning and the thunder, and I can feel the sky and the energy. And I don't think they're dreams. I think it's just my way of, dealing with, I'm just doing some, whatever I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. So anyway, I know anybody on this page is interested in this, and I appreciate it, and I hope to teach. I'm also opening another page. I'm going to separate my songs, put them on another page because I still want to do that, and then I'm going to make the psychic page another, and I'm going to offer readings for a small cost because they do take a long time to do, and other kinds of things like probably readings with numerology, and I will be willing to talk about it afterwards. Of course, we can talk about it. I thought about Patreon, but then that's not exactly the same thing. And I'll still be teaching if anybody wants to listen. And so I just want to tell you about this, what I saw about Gabby, what Gabby told me, and I can connect more with her, and we can maybe help find it. This was a good clue that she gave me. I had no idea that this Robinson Preserve Robinson was so close to where his parents live. And it was like, I was like, good girl, good girl. That was brilliant. And Little Summer, I am going to write the Dave Rader, and I'm going to write to TBI and blast them out. I'm going to say, what is your problem? These people are psychopaths. You can't find a little 40-pound girl on their property. You can't go on their property. There's no just cause. For you, I can tell you where she is. You need to find her because we've had enough. And they're acting the fool. They started a YouTube page and then they took it down. I'm not paying attention to them. I don't, nobody's opinion. I don't want to hear it anymore. Not that I don't respect your opinion, but I got messages from the source, and I'm done. She's done. She showed me everything she can possibly show me, so I'm just waiting to do this because I want to wait till the weather gets a little more fall-like before I send these letters. And the last letter I sent to Dave Rader, 3 days later, they were in Tennessee. I know it was a coincidence, but it was kind of a weird coincidence. I want to explain to him exactly, and I want to yell at TBI. And law enforcement in that little town, what the hell it's called? Well, anyway, where Summer lived, is ridiculous. Now he's supposed to be related to Don. I mean, those people are cuckoo. Thank God they took those kids away. But anyway, so I will print this out. And somebody will, maybe if a bunch of us send in tips about Robinson Preserve, and they have, like tips, trips that you can go on, day trips. It's like a camping area, and, they have all kinds of things there. Very close to home. And maybe that's what I heard loud and clear. And good girl, Gabby. Sweet little thing. Too trusting. But anyway, so, and I wanted to say I am going to start a reading page where I can, read for you, and I will give you a full reading. And like I said, I don't lie. I'll try to help you work it out, but I don't lie. And I know I can get taken advantage of for doing free readings, and I don't really want to go there because they do take a lot of time and energy. And now that I'm feeling better, I'm going to get the 2 pages set up. My singing, I want to continue with that, and because I had about 103 fans, YouTube fans. I do all kinds of covers, and then I have originals too. And I'm working on Summer Song. I just can't, I have to fix the music because I only have it in a certain way. So I'm just wondering if there's anything else I want to tell you. I did have a experience with Malaysia Flight 370. That was really weird. But I don't have the dates on hand of when it happened. If you'd like to know about what heaven is like, I can tell you my first experience. That maybe I should just hold off on. Well, who wants to hear it? No, I think I'll hold off on it. But I did see. No, I'll hold off on that too. But there is a hell. I saw. Excuse me. I saw a hell twice, and the first time it was to see. I was astral projecting. I was going places while I was asleep. I would go different places, and it would be real. Like it would be just like reality, except that everything was strange because you were in a different dimension. And I looked down, and there was like this misty sea, and I knew this was hell. And there was a dead body, a dead child's body floating in the water, and somebody said, "The sea of despair." And that was what part of what hell was. But the other time, this was a few years ago, there was a lot of child violence going on, and people were getting away with things. And I asked God, I said, show me, please show me what hell looks like. And my husband and I were just laying there in bed watching a movie. Yeah, we'd had a date before, but we were watching a movie. And all of a sudden, he was kind of dozing off. And I noticed that the room started to get kind of hot. And I'm not one to believe the fire and brimstone. And I don't believe in Satan because I've never seen Satan. I know there's enough evil and enough demons to make up 1,000 Satans. And the evil is on earth too. And as we know. And anyway, so the room started to get kind of hot, and I turned to him and I saw he was dozing off, so I didn't want to wake him up. And suddenly I saw these like I did with the kind of the 9/11 experience. I saw these flames coming up from the walls, but they weren't like real flames. They were like shadows of flames, like orange. And the room is getting really hot and stuffy, like kind of hard to breathe. And I was just taking all this in, and I could feel molecules in the room. It's just the presence of a spirit. And I knew God, and I just relaxed like I do. I take it in. I know God is showing me something. He was showing me hell. And I saw the flames, and the room was getting hotter and hotter, and I found it harder and harder to breathe. And I saw people that had been on earth. They were in this place, and there were different compartments of this place, different areas. And in one place, there was a part in the middle. It was like a railroad, like when you're on the subway and the down part where the tracks are. There were people, and they were reaching up, like just like crawling over each other. And everything was like orange and red and hot and sticky, and it was like they couldn't get out. They were stuck down in that subway hole type thing. And I knew there were demons, and they were like jabbing at them. Like, and and they kept moaning and pleading and like, let us out, let us out. And I knew I was just visiting. I mean, hell came to me. It wasn't like I went to hell. I knew I could see this in my mind. And then I saw a walkway, and I saw a cage that was above the walkway about this much. And I could see someone's hands hanging on. It was a bar. It was like a cage. And there were a lot of cages, like along the side. And I could see, like, I was looking towards the walkway, like, and then the cage. And someone was like hanging on, but you could only see part of their head because it was not that high into the walkway. And I saw someone's feet walking along. They were very large feet, and they had a white robe, and they were jangling keys. And this person kind of like called out to the person, and I knew the person that was walking there was God. And I could see his feet, and he was jangling the keys. And he was just slowly walking, like looking around at what was going on. And the message said, the only person who can unlock the keys to hell is God. And there was no devil. God runs hell. And the demons are there because they enjoy being there. They're stuck there. And they'll never be human. And there's a war in heaven because God doesn't want the evil souls to be born into human form again. And there's a war between the evil spirits and God, trying to prevent, and his angels or his good, his whoever helps him, angels, I guess. I know they're angels. I've seen angels. I had my own angel. But anyway, I saw him slowly walking down, like looking around and just like jangling those keys. And he was the only one, only entity entity who could open the doors to hell. If he would find mercy on you, that was the only way you were going to get out. It was for the worst of the worst, the cages. And the other people who were stuck in like that subway tunnel, they couldn't get out. There was nothing to reach with. There was nothing to reach for. They were just stuck there. And they were for people who do horrible, horrible things. And it just, at times I felt like I couldn't breathe. And that was the message. That was what hell was. And there were different places in hell. There were, different areas for different people who did, souls who did different things. It wasn't all the same. Like the Sea of Despair was for other types of things that people had done. And I don't think most people go to hell. I think that it's for the worst of the worst. So anyway, that was my experience. Hell came into our room, and when Bobby came out of it, I said, "You wouldn't believe what just happened." I said, I said, "Do you feel how hot this room is?" He said, "Yeah, it's really stifling in here. Why don't we open the window?" I said, "You know, it was just here. Hell came into our bedroom." And I said, "You slept right through it." And so anyway, that was, be assured that these people do go to a bad place, a very bad place, and only God or Jesus can save you. And so anyway, that's all I have to say. I know I talked a long time, so I will keep you informed, and remember to check up the Robinson Preserve, the Robinson Park, and if you live near there, or maybe call on a tip, because that might be where he is. That's why it was said. There was no reason it should have been said. It was just loud in my ear. and it was Gabby. So, and I don't know what the two bodies are, twin something. It could have been, I don't know that. Maybe somebody who lives near there can tell us. I will keep, it's getting closer to summer's time. So, we keep praying for summer and, you know, so I will talk to you soon. I love you, and you all take care, and just keep plugging in there, and I will talk to you very soon.